Hello crafty cuties! Today we are hopefully going to do kind of a fun interactive layout that's going to involve a light up page along with music. Now I'm taking a huge shortcut and I thought I would share it with you to give you the idea just in case you wanted to do something like this as well. And I got this idea from someone who I've been watching and mentioned several times, Crystal, and I will put her channel below. She does lots of December daily and other scrapbooking type videos. She has lots of interactive ideas, so definitely check her out if you're into things like this. Her idea though, she did this during October daily, and she actually did it different, and hers was really cool. So like I said, I'm taking a shortcut doing this way easier, so mine's a bit different. So basically you're just going to need to find a card that has music and lights, or just music. And so when you open it, of course, you can see that lights up. And this actually has this pop-up element, which I thought was kind of cool. Now that's going to be annoying when I'm working with it because it's going to keep singing the song when I go to work with it. So we're going to do that strategically, hopefully. This is also really thick, but thank goodness I'm into a second journal and I have room for it. Okay, so this is the page we're working with. The photos and story that I'm telling is about us going to zoo lights, which is why I thought the light up mechanism is going to be amazing. This is a tunnel that we drove through, and look how cool that is. And then I just got a couple pictures. It was dark, so it was really hard to get good photos of our family, but I have a few here. And so I'm gonna like place these in the card, I think. I'm not exactly sure, but let's get going. I think I'm gonna just start by, I don't want this doily, it's just in the way, so let's go ahead, and there's probably a better way to do this, but I'm just going to rip it out here. It's just gonna be in my way. So then on the right side, I'm wanting to have a spot for the tickets we had and a journaling card. And so I'm gonna do simple since we're gonna have a lot on this side, and I'm going to use this craft envelope, I believe. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I'll just stuff them in there. So let's actually just go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna place them in. And then of course, as always, I'll do my journaling on off camera. And so I think I'm just gonna use this journaling card, which was a printable from Tsunami Rose. I've already used a few of her printables throughout, and so I will also have her link below. She has lots of really pretty like pink vintage looking Christmas printables, and so that's what I'm going to use right here. So I'll do my journaling on the back, and I actually printed it on some scrapbook paper, so we'll go like that. If I have any extra photos too, then I can just go ahead and place those in here. And this is a layered paper clip that I made in a video, and I specifically made this for today, and it says Christmas displays because I knew we were going to be doing that at some point. I think I'll put the number, which is 18, in here. I'll just do that now, and I'm just going to try to do that. Let's see, I'm just gonna write it out, I think. But I'll also do a date stamp somewhere on this layout along with another number, but I knew I wanted to do that. Okay, so this is gonna get adhered down here. And so I want something else on here. I'm almost thinking of using that picture that has the tunnel picture here, or whatever, the tunnel display, because this is the coolest picture in my opinion, and so I thought it would be cool to have at least one picture visible. So I might do just something like this, but I also was thinking of doing some stamping, so I should probably do that first. Okay, so let's go ahead. I will also bring you in just a bit more, and hopefully I'll stay in view for you guys. Okay, I have so much on my desk here. Okay, so I'm gonna do some stamping on here. Now I did already go ahead and place it all out here because, well, stamping is just time consuming. And so I have the number 18, and then I'm gonna write zoo lights. I only have one O, and so I'll have to do that twice. I'll have to get the O when we're all done here, and hopefully these aren't going to fall off. Okay, now I gotta figure out where I want to place this. And I did test this out a couple times to make sure. I think I'm just gonna do it maybe down here, and I'm fine with the letters being spaced out along the flap because it's kind of a longer title, and so otherwise I'd have to figure out a different way to do it. Okay, I'm just pressing down and praying for my dear life. This is possibly going to be one of the last December daily videos that I do, just because today's Christmas Eve when I'm filming this, and so typically, okay, that's fine. Typically when I am doing my Christmas Eve and Christmas layouts, I just do them very, very simple. I usually am just posting photos. I mean, if that's something that you did want to see, then let me know down below. And maybe I can still share it with you. December 18th, had to make sure I got the right date. And so yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and date stamp this here, and then there we go. Okay, so we got the stamping out of the way. Hey. And so like I said, that's just gonna go right over here. And so now we can go ahead and, yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and place this down because I think I like that. And so I'm just gonna take my glue and I'm just going to glue like 1/3 of it, just like that. Okay, and I was thinking about like matting it or something like that, but I mean I have so much that's going to be happening on the left side that I think we'll just keep it like this, and then it's just gonna open like that to the tickets and anything else that I decide to put in there. So let's work on the card now. Now this is a little bit taller than my journal, but I'm just gonna have to make that work. I don't want to cut anything down because that's gonna make things a little tricky. So we're just gonna work with it. I'm fine with things peeking out. So I found this journaling card again from Tsunami Rose, and I just think it's so cute. It doesn't really have anything to do with the zoo lights, but it's so cute that I want to use it, and that's been one of my goals during this month of memory keeping, is to just use things that I'm drawn to, use things that I really like, and there doesn't have to be any more meaning than that. Just use things that I like. Okay, now I remember this was almost barely just big enough to cover those words, so I hope I didn't trim it down too much. In fact, I did. So I'm gonna just take some washi tape then, and I'll just do a little bit of black and white washi tape like that. And of course I could cover the entire front and, you know, make it into something that I wanted, but I really honestly am fine with how it is like that. So I'm gonna go like this. I'm going to grab my ink to ink up the edges just a bit, and my little stamp here, and just to go like that. Yeah, and then the pictures that I printed out, like I said, we will go ahead and place those inside, kind of within that little pop-up mechanism. I almost want to put something else. Let me see if I have any cheesecloth. I actually just cooked with cheesecloth. I'm cooking a huge feast for our family. Oh, here, I'll use lace, just a little bit. How do I want to do that? I think I'll kind of go like that. I do have my sewing machine next to me, and I'm almost thinking of sewing around the edges just because I think that might look nice. Let me see if my sewing machine is on. It's not, so I'm not going to do that. So, okay, we will not look for my staple because I also don't know where that is. It's getting to the point where things are starting to be just all over the place, and honestly, I'm a little happy to almost be at the point where I can clean things up and make it a little bit neater. I always feel this way at the end of Christmas season. Like, it's like I don't want it to go, but I also just want things to get more organized and clean and just start fresh. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and tie that, or glue that down. I'm thinking of tying because one thing I want to keep in mind is that since this is going to start playing music and lighting up anytime this opens up, I don't want it to easily open up. And so we're going to need to, maybe I'll use some twine, or I have this black and white ribbon, which I was also thinking might look nice since I did the black and white up there. But I'm simply just going to tie a bow kind of around it like that. Do I like that? Or do we like the natural twine? I think I like that better. Okay, so just gonna cut that off like that. And then of course I'm going to want to adhere it to the back just so it stays in place. It will get glued down, but I'm just going to use some regular tape here. Okay. So yeah, if you are wanting to do something like this, you just really have to keep in mind that this is going to take up a lot of space. However, this one that I got, it is also a pop-up card. So I mean, I guess not all of them would take up this much space, but it's still definitely going to be quite dimensional. Okay, so we'll just have that kind of free hanging, and then when it comes time, I can tie it down like that. Okay, so now it's time to work inside. And like I said, I don't want the music to keep going off 100 times, so let's make sure we're ready to go. I think for the photos I'm just going to, so I have them all cut out, I think I'm just going to kind of place them down and glue them down into their places. I'm not going to add anything else to this. I did cut out a little frame, but again, I think there's going to be so much happening. Okay, so there are some words in here, over here, and so I know that I want to cover that up for sure. So this actually kind of fits almost perfect inside. I'm gonna have to do this like with, I don't want to keep opening this card, so bear with me when you can't see everything, but at the end I'm going to open this up completely and then I will show you, you know, what it looks like. And okay, so I'm gonna put that down. I want some of the pictures to be on the pop-up snowflake as well. So, and I got to make sure that nothing's going to like get pushed out of the card. And if it does, then I can trim that off as well and not trim off the twine. Oops. It's definitely a little bit tricky to work with. That's good. I'm fine with that. Okay, I think this is going to be so cool. And like I said, I have 2 pictures of our family, and I only need 1 in here. So I'm just going to kind of hold it open like this. That's, see, it doesn't start playing the music until it's fully open. Okay, so I have just a couple more. I'll put one, I think, right here, almost on top of the snowflake over here. When I saw this, I was like, oh, that's going to be dimensional, but I had been wanting to create a pop-up layout of my own, but it's just like, it's a lot of work. So I didn't really want to put that much time into it, so I almost feel like I need hot glue for a couple of these. Okay, so the family picture, I think I'm going to put that up here. I have a bigger one, but I think it's not going to show everyone very easily. So I'll use the small one and just place that under here. Just kind of lay them all around. There we go. And then I just have one more small one of these funny apes. Let's see if you can see that real quick here. Hello, can you focus? Can you focus? Can you focus? There you go. I hope you can see the chimpanzee or the ape. Oh my gosh. I don't know. It was funny to me, the way that he was standing there. Because he's like, I feel like he's really showing off. Okay. So we have one more. I think we'll do it right like that. We'll just place this right here. Okay. Okay, let's make sure that everything is down when we close it. Okay, and let me make sure we're focused, and then I'll show you what this is going to look like when we open it. I feel like the scissors are... Okay, there we go. So you're gonna open it like this. Whoops. And then I mess it up. Oh my gosh, it's not gonna work. You're kidding me. I must have pressed something. Oh my gosh. Luckily, I know my husband will be able to fix this. Oh my gosh, you're kidding me.